Yes, sir. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Soapbox Sports. Clean takes, bold debates, straight from the soapbox. Brian, how we feeling today?
Man, we feeling good. We got a big game today. So we locked in. We focused. We laser focused. All
Yes,
eyes
sir.
on James Harden tonight. All eyes on
All
James Harden.
eyes, all eyes on James Harden. Listen, man, big game today. Big slate of games over the weekend. Ooh, this is the all ball pod. We talking basketball today, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. Knicks, championship hopes, Brian. Lakers on the brink of elimination. Wemby, throw them bows. The draft lottery was yesterday, and we're asking the question that everybody's asking: can anybody beat OKC? Stick with this, y'all. Brian, where do we want to start, man? Who do we want to talk about first?
And let's start on the east side with the Knicks, since that was probably the easiest series of the semifinals by far, which I did not expect. Boy, oh boy, have I gotten a lot of predictions wrong because I was going with my heart. But Chris, the Knicks, ever since that 50-point win, they are looking phenomenal. Can they actually go all the way? And I'm going to start it off. And the answer is yes. The Knicks can actually go all the way because the flip has been switched. And the inconsistent Knicks that we've seen before are delivering on all fronts. And sometimes it's just about the perfect timing. Think about the New York Giants when they went into the playoffs. You just get hot at the right time. And the Knicks have gotten hot at the right time, all being thanks to a couple of players I'm not going to mention. But Chris, what are your thoughts? Do you really believe the Knicks can go all the way?
Oh man. So all the way, are we saying like all the way to the finals or all the way win the whole damn
Win
thing?
it all. Come on now. Ain't no all
I
the
mean,
way unless you got it all.
you right. I mean, listen, there's certainly a pathway for them to do it, and the way that they're playing, you can't really knock anything from it. But no, I'm gonna say no. Uh, we're gonna talk about it a little later. There's just a team out west, man. That's just at the end of the day, man. We got to give them their due, and OKC stands in their way. Until somebody knocks them off their perch, I got OKC going all the way. It doesn't really matter who they see that comes out the East. So can the Knicks make the finals? Yeah, for sure. All the way. That's a bridge too far for me, at least right now.
I think it's not a prediction. The question is can. And yes,
Yeah,
they
fair.
can.
Yeah.
If you
Mm-hmm.
look at the lineup, like the matchup, like if you just go team for team, the Knicks match up very well with the OKC Thunder. And Cat versus Chet, I'm taking Cat.
Yeah.
They got Hardenstein coming off the bench. They got Mitchell Robinson coming off the bench. They got Lou Dort. You know, I don't know why I'm forgetting the guy from Toronto's name now, but
OG.
and
OG.
OG Anunoby, who's been like honestly their MVP, probably this playoffs or their most valuable player this playoffs. Jalen Brunson, Shea, Josh Hart, they got that do it all type of guy. The benches, New York Knicks bench has a lot more confidence. Chris, this is a recipe of a great team. It doesn't have all the star power and all the names, but you got guys like Mikal Bridges who can give you 20 on any given night. So I love their chances.
Nah, I mean, listen, you absolutely right. And just from just watching them, honestly, from what the game 4 of Atlanta on, it just feels like, yeah, they are the best team in basketball. And if you really just look at the totality of the season, they weren't a bad team all year. They weren't great. They weren't blowing anybody away. They had their ups and their downs, but the one thing that's consistent with them is that they had a top 10 offense and a top 10 defense all year. Didn't matter who was in, who was out. So I think, because we're going to get into it a little bit later, I think obviously the style of play changed drastically, but man, you just didn't think it would look like this. So, I mean, listen, you got to give them their credit. Shout outs to them.
Yeah.
let's,
No, I hear you.
yeah,
So
let's talk
yeah,
about it, bro.
and we could say that the biggest turnaround has been Cat,
Yeah.
who Shaq and a lot of people have been screaming at as you have to carry them. Would you say that Cat has stepped up to the plate and been essentially that MVP of the team?
Brian, I don't understand why the Knicks fans chant MVP for Jalen Brunson at the free throw line. Like that's the one thing that bothers me when I be watching their games. I'm like, are y'all not seeing what I'm seeing? Like throughout this whole playoffs, the X factor in the Atlanta series was Cat. The X factor in this series is Cat and his distribution, bro. This last series, he's had 7 assists in that last series? That's insane. And I get it. He's not putting up the crazy points and rebounds or whatever, but night in, night out, you need Cat to play well if this team is going to play well. So yeah, Cat's my real MVP, man. Like,
yeah, no, I hear you. It's hard to argue. I think there's another candidate, OG. I mean, I would say maybe not MVP, but he's definitely has been the main catalyst for them going to new heights. And Cat hasn't have to, shoulder offensive load as much with him dishing out. But there's a lot of factors. You can even say Mike Brown, because whatever happened, people were worried about them losing to the Hawks. They were talking about him getting fired and the team getting blown up. Now they're 40-piecing people every game. So we're going to see. Philly could have just been a hurt team that got by luckily. Boston maybe was overrated. So as we continue to move on, we're going to find out. But, I mean, there's not too many other real challenges in the East, if you think.
yeah.
But let's go to the other side of the ball. Let's go to the other side of the ball. There was a team that lost, and they basically got Atlanta hawked. They got this last game is the Philadelphia 76ers getting swept after a glorious Game 7 to flip the switch and not win a game against the Knicks. I had them winning this series in 7 games. They couldn't even get to 5. What's next for the Sixers?
Not much they can do. They're worse off than my Denver Nuggets in terms of cap situation. In large part because the main player who's taking up a majority of their cap, you don't know if you can get 40 games out of him. You got Paul George, who's inconsistent, and he's about to make $50 million over the next 2 years, bro, per year, every year. And then you got Tyrese, who's making max money. So I think they said, I heard it earlier, it's like $168 and $170 million just for those 3 players alone next year. Nobody's going to trade for Embiid. Why would you? $200 million left on his contract. Doesn't play games. And then I don't know what the Philly can do outside of tank. And then the only way they're going to get off of these players is they throw in picks with those, and you're throwing away assets to get rid of assets. And I'm going to quote assets sporadically. So they got to trust the process. Start over all over again, man. Start tanking. Bring back, what's that man? Hinkie? Was it Hinkie?
Mm-hmm.
Shout outs to Sam Hinkie. He had a vision. They didn't let him see it through, and this is what happens. So, yeah, start the process all over again. It's time.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, not a lot of options. The only thing I could think of is what everybody should be doing is getting in the Giannis sweepstakes. Seeing if they could get some picks, drop off Paul George by chance, drop off because, the salary. Milwaukee really wants picks and maybe just a name to shoulder. Maybe you drop off Joel Embiid, which they probably wouldn't do that to him, sending him to Milwaukee. But getting the Giannis sweepstakes and building around Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, and having Giannis. But that's everybody. Everybody could use a Giannis. So outside of that, they just run it back, maybe get some better defensive wings or get a better backup center. There's not too much to fix Philly right now.
Yeah, there was talk before they signed Paul George, and I thought this made a lot of sense because the timelines and everything. Go get Lauri Markkanen from Utah because he's just wasting away over there. That's another guy who can spread the floor. You had some length. A
little bit more.
Hell, if Jaren Jackson was available, I'd probably say go get him. But yeah, the Embiid run in Philly is done. I just don't know where you could put him, where you could say they're going to have success because what is success for Joel Embiid? Apparently, to him, it's just getting through the season healthy. And you didn't win a game against hurt Knicks teams because OG was out those last 2 games. Let's just be real. I don't see where Joel Embiid fits in today's NBA on any team.
Yeah, just send him to Boston. Just send him to Boston for Jaylen Brown. That was my wild take of the day. But let's keep going, man. We got another series in the East, Cavs versus Pistons. Cavs finally got on the board. Many thought this is probably going to end in 5. But, you know, I'm a devout Cavs fan. Not by choice, but by where I was born and raised. So I got to go through the pain of watching Cleveland not live up to their potential. Chris, what do you think, man? You think my Cavs got a chance to come back in the series and actually win it?
Come back, yeah. Win it? Hell no. Listen, so you guys got a game. It's 2-1 now. We'll see what happens tonight when they play. If it's 2-2, that wouldn't shock me. I said Detroit in 7, only just given because of the experience difference. The only problem is the reason I wouldn't pick the Cavs is James Harden. If it goes to a game 7, I don't trust him to do much in it. And you're not going to be playing the baby Raptors, so you're not going to see them fold in the last few minutes of a game. I don't know, man. Something's off with this Cavs team. Everything on paper seems to fit, but when you watch them play, it's just like, what the hell is wrong with you all? Like, and you can't go to coaches because you switched up 3 or 4 coaches now. It's really just about heart. And ever since Bron left, I don't see the heart in any of the Cavs team since then. So you guys can come back, but win, hell no, not happening.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold out hope. You know, nothing you said was wrong. We haven't won an away game in the playoffs. I just don't know if we have the toughness or moxie to do that. James Harden cannot be our pillar in crunch time. Evan Mobley, 1 rebound, soft. Jared Allen, 1 minute is Shaq. The next minute, he's Kwame Brown. I mean, I don't know what to tell you about this team. James Harden was clutch the last game. That might be the last time he's clutch for the entire series. And his clutch, he was dropping an egg in that game too. It was, if not for Spider, we wouldn't have been in that game. To be honest, we're a better team than Detroit on paper. I mean, hands down.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this, we're going against our old coach, JB Bickerstaff, and one thing he knows is the Cavs. And he knows Evan Mobley and Jared Allen and Spider's weaknesses. And he knows the team is soft. So he built a culture there in Detroit, which shows you that it wasn't his fault when he was with the Cavs. It's the mentality of the players. So hey, I'm holding on just because I'm a fan, but honestly, I can't wait for it to be over so I can enjoy basketball again. But I hate basketball right now. But are we sleeping on Detroit though? Are they legit?
Brian, I've been calling them pretenders all year. Matchups make fights, and they've been busting the Knicks' ass all year. So the Knicks are going to have something to say for them. I'm going to say they're still pretenders because it's Orlando. I'm not going to give you too much credit for that. And then the Cavs, I really just can't give you too much credit. I don't care how good they are on paper. So I think the Knicks in a playoff setting will probably be a true test. So I'm going to still call them pretenders for the sake of take integrity. So I'm all the way asleep on Detroit still. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I've never awakened about Detroit. They have nothing. To be honest, the NBA would lose so much money if Detroit makes it to the finals. OKC versus Detroit, Spurs versus Detroit. You might as well jot that down as one of the worst finals in NBA history. Hands freaking down. Because ain't no way I'm about to watch Jalen Duren, who was a 20-point per game scorer in the regular season. The man barely averaging. He can't even average double figures in the playoffs. He's getting locked up by everybody. And then you talking about a resurgence of Tobias Harris? That's who we're depending on as the second star? Come on, bro. It's not even a resurgence because we know between him and James Harden, remember they was on Philly together? They was disappearing at the same time. like, listen, I don't believe in a team that has one superstar who's literally carrying them by himself. He's a dog. But they lack shooting. They're dependent on Duncan Robinson. Like, come on now. Miami got rid of him because they seen what happens in playoffs in crunch time. What's happening right now is Detroit is playing some weak ass teams in the East. That's all. Orlando barely made the playoffs. And then the Cavs don't want to be in the playoffs. So I definitely sleep on Detroit all day. But somebody has to lose.
They ain't getting no love. Detroit ain't getting no love, and they just
Detroit getting no love, and Cleveland. Nobody in the East getting love but the Knicks right now, because the East has been, if I try, you already know, straight dumpster fire, man. But somebody got to lose this series. So the more interesting team to look at when they lose is the Cavs. What happens to the Cavs when they lose? Not just Harden, because the take say what happens to Harden. What happens to the Cavs? Where do they go from here?
I mean, they're on LeBron watch. That's been the Cavs stance for the last year anyway. And honestly, he's exactly what they need. He's exactly what they need. If they can't get LeBron, some people have like circulated a trade where it's like the Nuggets will give up, I think Aaron Gordon and some picks, and then they'll send over maybe like Jared Allen or was it Mobley, but whatever. They got to blow it up. This doesn't work. I'd probably look to trade the biggest asset you have in Donovan Mitchell because he's not leading you anywhere to success in the postseason. In terms of Harden, he might be out the league. I'm being so serious about this because he's gonna ask for max money. Yeah. He's going to ask for max money. And I don't see any team. I don't care if you're trying to make the playoffs for the first time or get over
the hump. What's the point of going to the playoffs?
Exactly.
There's no point.
Cavs got to blow it up. Harden might need to learn to speak Chinese because Hong Kong might be calling, bro.
That's a little too far, but there's a lot of players on their way next year. But I mean, just like anybody else, Cavs needs to get in the Giannis sweepstakes. We should have never got Harden in the first place.
Ain't no sense.
My take was before trade deadline was to give up Darius Garland and Jared Allen and some picks for Giannis. So you can have Giannis, Mobley, and Mitchell. That's a more solid three to me because Giannis is gonna change the culture. Giannis is gonna bring that dog and fight to the team. We have no dogs on the team except Jalen Tyson. So, yeah. But yeah, Cavs, Detroit, Philly, trash. Let's keep going to the west side where the games are actually good. I mean, somewhat good on one side. But let's start with the most interesting series this round. Spurs versus Wolves. They got into a heated battle, Chris. Wemby was out here trying to knock dudes out. First off, do you love what Wemby did? Second, should he have been suspended?
I do like it. I do. Europeans get the notion, especially in the NBA, that they're soft. And honestly, until you stand up for yourself, everybody's going to keep coming at you. I remember Jokic finally had to go off on, I forget who it was. I think it was Marcus Morris. Yep. They stopped talking all that soft nonsense. With Wemby, it's a little bit different. I don't think anybody thinks he's soft. It's just that he's so tall and skinny. And when you're that tall, honestly, bro, like everybody is always impressed with what Wemby does. Look at this dunk. I've never been impressed. I'm like, this man's 7'6", bro. Like, what are we impressed about? Of course, he's good at basketball. So I feel like it's a cheat code, and I'm starting to get the opinion that some of the other players feel like it's a cheat code, especially when they're not calling the goaltends for the blocks or whatever. So the best way to take out a big, tall player is to get physical with him, especially if he's skinny and he doesn't know what the playoff basketball is like. And Wemby's just going to have to get over it, bro, and get used to it. I like what he did. He should have been suspended. He definitely should have been suspended. And the only reason is straight up, if the roles were reversed, if Naz Reid had elbowed Wemby, even if he missed him, didn't get him nothing like that, Naz Reid would be missing some games. So, listen, I had Spurs in 5. This just makes it Spurs in 6. So,
listen, man, there's this favoritism in all things in life. And you have to earn that favoritism. And Wemby deserves it. Because ain't no way you about to suspend the best player in the series over no elbow. I don't care. I do not care. Should he have been suspended? Hell yeah. But the NBA made the right call. It's about the money. It's about the integrity of the game. Because imagine the Wolves winning this series because Wemby is out. He's going to have that asterisk like LeBron. Oh, Draymond was out. Come on now. Nah, people do it. The haters do it. But we want to see on mano y mano. We want to see the best against the best. If it was Naz Reid, who cares? Naz Reid ain't changing the series at all. But yeah, love what Wemby did. He's setting the tone. This is going to be a nice, gritty fight, as it's been since game 1. So I'm excited for the next game between the two. But with Wemby being out, it opened the door for Minnesota. Do you believe the Wolves have taken control of this series?
No. No. Not at all. If Wemby plays last night, they're down 3-1. So that's just my simple answer on it. No.
I won't say taking control, but it's a fight. It's going 7. It's going 7.
I hope you're right.
No, easily, bro.
I hope you're right.
Listen, Wemby is phenomenal. It's his first playoffs. He's seeing an aggressive team that's going to fight and play hard and be physical. Rudy Gobert, as much as I like to hate on him, has been amazing this playoffs.
Yeah, he's been real
and
solid.
They got bodies to throw at Wemby, and he's going to get frustrated more often. And this was the first sign that they're getting under his skin, Chris. This is going to be a good series. And I got the Wolves winning still. That was one of my predictions. I ain't jumping off that prediction. So I still got Wolves in 7. One of my heart picks got to work.
I mean, listen, it's possible. The way Ant played last night and the game before, you see he's trying to get his legs back under him. So, listen, it's just that with Wemby in the paint, bro, it changes everything. You saw it last night. The minute he got out of there, they were like,
it went straight to the paint.
Straight to the basket, bro. Oh, man. But listen, interesting series to honestly probably the most disinteresting series of the semifinals. Thunder versus the Lakers. The Lakers took a beating on Saturday, losing their 3rd consecutive game of 20-plus points to the Oklahoma City Thunder in this series. Brian, I think we all assume that Oklahoma City is going to take this because nobody's ever come back from 3-0. Outside of Luka this offseason, who is a part of your untouchables on the Lakers? Who comes back next offseason?
Who comes back? Marcus Smart. That's it. Hands down. I mean, LeBron is expendable. He's been amazing this playoffs, but he's expendable. I mean, I don't want to see Luka and LeBron's play style clashing anymore. AR, he's the new James Harden. He's the white James Harden. DeAndre Ayton, he never came back from the Bahamas. He's still there. Jackson Hayes, he's a shorter, less athletic JaVale McGee, which means less impactful and more goofy. Luke Kennard, one-hit wonder. I mean, you can go down the list. Bronny, only if Bron is here. Only if Bron is here. And JJ Redick is definitely cute. JJ Redick has been phenomenal this season. Hands down. Even getting the 3 seed and beating the Rockets. Phenomenal. I'm just trying to think, is there anyone else on that? LaRavia, oh my gosh. Why is he playing?
I don't know. I
Why
don't know
is
why
Dalton Connect not playing? Like,
exactly.
how did
I'm about to say,
Laravia jump over Dalton Connect?
or
Like,
Maxi Cleaver,
yeah,
Brian.
like what the heck happened there? Like, why is this guy getting so many minutes? Maybe it's something I'm not. All right, JJ Redick probably can go. Because what is happening? I mean, you got to see something different. Laravia cannot be out there giving you more donuts and not trying something new. So, yeah, everybody but Luka. And I'll say Marcus Smart because even though he's been shooting terrible this series, he has been locking SGA up. People don't want to admit SGA been in the Marcus Smart chamber.
Yes.
So, yeah. I mean, anybody else you want to add? I don't
know. For me, the untouchables are JJ.
It's crazy when you guys talk about the coaches.
Yeah, and then for real, Slick Rui.
Rui. I forgot about Rui.
That's it. Everybody else can.
You get rid of Marcus Smart?
Everybody else can. Marcus Smart is just a little too old. He hasn't been healthy enough these last few years. Can get rid of him. AR, same thing. You called it. White Chase Hardy, cans, get rid of him, dog. For some reason, they don't want to play Dalton Connect, so you might as well get rid of him. Another dude who's going to China, DeAndre Ayton. My goodness, bro. Get ready to learn Chinese, buddy. It's over, man. What's next for Bron, Brian? What's next for Bron?
Man, it's hard to tell. He kind of in his Aaron Rodgers phase where he just floating. I know he wants to be in LA. I think he should go back to Cleveland and give us one more year and retire. But I just don't see him leaving LA because I get it. I'm like I said, I'm from Cleveland. Cleveland is a great small to mid-sized city. It has some gyms. It's great, food and the culture. But when you're a mega star, certain places are just better to be than certain other places. Like LA is meant for superstars. I mean, you can walk and be in the community. I don't know where LeBron would live in Cleveland and not.
He still got the mansion. I think
he still got the mansion, but everybody know what that is now.
Yeah.
I mean, literally. I mean, it's outside. I can tell y'all where it's at right now, but I just don't see him fitting in Cleveland. This is not basketball. This is all lifestyle. Basketball, I mean, it will work, but I think it'll make him retire more sooner than later.
I've thrown a couple of places out there. If you follow the pod, I've said New York, blah, blah. But Ryan, the one that's kind of growing on me now, after them not making the playoffs this year, go team up with Steph, bro.
Yeah.
I just want to see it, bro. I don't even care what happens. Like, I just want to see it. Just go team up with Steph. That's the most
fun scenario.
Yeah, like go rock out with Steph and go watch Kerr, Draymond, and them boys, and see if you can, pull out one more, championship. That'd be fun. Just to watch.
Do like an old school team. Do like the Rockets with Barkley.
Or the Lakers, the 04 Lakers, 04, 05 Lakers.
04, 05 Lakers. Hey, it's a couple of those teams. You got the Brooklyn Nets too. When
the Brooklyn Nets, the 2012, 2014 Brooklyn
when they traded their entire draft for
Paul Pierce,
KG. Oh man.
Yeah. Oh man.
Funny. I would love to see it though, because that was fun though. Even though they was trash, that was fun. But man. Yeah. So feel bad for LeBron. He has been, doing his thing. What about OKC though? I mean, they're the boogeyman right now. Can somebody beat the boogeyman?
Listen, it's looking like a collision course. We'll see what the Wolves have to say. Spurs, OKC. Spurs was their kryptonite throughout the season, but it doesn't look like anybody else in the West has any answers for them.
Yeah, no, I give the Wolves a chance. Just the new look Wolves that I've seen during the season. I don't know if they're just disinterested or I don't know what was going on, because they were very confusing to me this regular season because I thought they were going to be a top 3 seed. But they're looking like that now with the improvement of Rudy Gobert, which is going to be key for OKC, because it looks like OKC struggles with bigs with length and play defense. Yeah. So that, and then once again I give the Knicks a chance too. So those are 3 teams I give a chance. So they can be beaten. Let's just hope the refs agree with us. And then lastly on that end is Sam Presti, man. That guy is cooking. I mean, they got another lottery pick.
Yeah, they do.
They got another lottery pick in this upcoming draft, which is a great draft. Is Sam Presti one of the greatest executives ever?
It's tough to say, Brian. It really is, but you got to give him his due only because of what's coming down the pike. Brian, they have 13 first-round draft picks over the next 6 years. That's essentially 2 first-round draft picks each year, dog. Yeah. So let's just say they want to stay young and youthful. They can go ahead and pick him, and he has an eye for talent. Drafted Chet, drafted Jalen Williams, Cason Wallace. The list goes on and on. AJ Mitchell now, another guy he found out the blue. Traded for Jared McCain. Got fleeced Daryl Morey for Jared McCain. Got Isaiah Joe, somebody who picked up off waivers, bro. Hartenstein. He was in Denver a few years ago, backing up Jokic. Look at him now. Obviously, the Knicks put him on the map, but so he just has an eye for talent. And then you just talk about the fact that for some reason, whenever he makes a trade, it just seems like he's fleecing the other person on the other end of it. And then we just always go back to that Clippers trade. Set the Clippers back probably 10 years. Set the OKC Thunder up to launch the dynasty with Shea. So he's making a name for himself. Obviously, everybody goes to the Jordan guy. I'm drawing a blank on his name. Organizations win championships. Jerry Krause.
Yeah.
There we go. Organizations win championships, not players. Yeah. So that's number one for me. But Presti's throwing his name in the ring.
Yeah, no, he's been great. It depends on how you measure, GM or front office executives. Like, do you measure them by rings, or is the criteria a little bit different? Now, you talked about all these different deals and how he's been fleecing players and how they're always getting talent. Then sure, yeah, he's been phenomenal. Has that translated to winning or championships?
Well,
he only has one. I mean, yes, we can talk about all the fleece, but he did pick Serge Ibaka over James Harden, and not saying he couldn't keep Kevin Durant. So, I mean, he has made great moves, but he has missed opportunities as well. So, I think his story will be greater based on how many championships he wins, because we'll be able to look back and say, man, this is all the talent he's accumulated during his time. So, still being written, being
ain't no Jerry West, but
that's what I'm saying. Because Jerry West, it depends. If you're asking me how you measure, then you gotta look at the rings. Because if we're doing the rings conversation, they just getting started. It's just a little too early, but he's been dominant. But let's take a break from all the chaos of the playoffs and all the predictions of what's to come, who as and who not as, and let's talk about the future. Let's look into that crystal ball, that ball head of yours, Chris, and you tell me, the future, my guy. Let's talk about the draft lottery, which just recently happened. The Wizards land the number 1 pick. Is it obvious who they're picking, Chris?
Without
or
question.
Do you think there's any controversy on who's going number 1?
Without question. Listen, don't Atlanta Hawks this up. All right, there's only one real answer here on the board. Don't screw it up. Pick the Banza. All right, let's not play games.
Yeah, I have no argument there. Due to Darren Peterson, what he delivered on a college this season for him was just very chaotic and tumultuous. So you're just kind of looking for the player who's kind of a surefire talent with the least amount of controversy and there. But Darren Peterson,
we picked Reese Shade.
Yeah, over Alex Sarr. I don't even did Reese Shade even play this playoffs? I don't even think he played. He played in the blowout game because that's the only time he did it. But yeah, so Wizards number 1, and then Utah has the number 2 pick. They get number 2. Good for them. I have a take. They should trade the pick. They don't need it. I was looking at their backcourt, and they got Keontae George, who was coming to life this season, balling. If they weren't tanking, they could have won a lot more games.
They could have
But
made the
they,
plan, right?
they refused to win. And then they have they just drafted Allen Bailey, the 6'9" guard, and he showed me flashes. I wasn't too impressed with him, but if you believe in him, why go get another guard and Darren Peterson to just muddy the waters in the room? So you got to either get rid of Bailey, which you're probably not going to get as much with trading the number 2 pick now. So I feel like Utah is maybe a piece away from being playoff contenders, legit. Because they got Walker. Well, I won't say they got Walker Kessler, but Walker Kessler's in the room, and if they lose him, they already brought in their backup plan. Jaren Jackson Jr., Lauri Markkanen, Keontae George, Allen Bailey, and when that money frees up, they can get someone else too. So,
Brian, we're on the same page, and for me, honestly, I would trade out the lottery because if we being real, Utah's not a bad team
at all.
And like you said, if they weren't actively tanking, they probably would have made the play-in. And they don't have a lot of holes on their roster. Like they have a lot of good players.
The bench is good
Walker.
too.
You mentioned Walker Kessler. Filipkowski, he played really well this year.
He was great.
He played really well this year. Your boy, Colin Sexton, young bull, coming off the bench, played with a lot of heart. And I'm just like, yo, what does the Utah Jazz need like from this? So I would trade out of the lottery altogether and then acquire mad picks if I can. So I probably talk to the Lakers, see what the Lakers looking like, bro. Like, what are you desperate enough to give up? Or Giannis, if he wants to, or the Milwaukee Bucks, or this one's gonna be out of left field, bro. Let's talk to what's his face. Let's talk to the Boston Celtics. See what Jaylen Brown is looking like. So, listen, you put yourself in a nice little position here if you want to be serious about potentially the future, because like you said, Keontae George was playing really well last year. I just don't see what Utah needs potentially with this number 2 pick. So it'd be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, we definitely on the same page there. Good for them for getting that pick, but that's a power move right there where they can flex. For any team that really wants Darren Peterson and needs a Darren Peterson, go make your bench stronger, if anything. Also, Pacers miss out. They did not keep their protected pick. The Clippers got it. Pacers need to finish within the top 5 to keep their pick. Of course, that pick fell outside of the top 5 and then goes to the Clippers. So essentially that trade now, I won't say it looks worse, but it's Zubac for one of their for that pick, essentially. And they tried to, they've been all over ESPN justifying the risk, and I agree. You know, they could have had Zubac and a top lottery pick, but they don't get it now. How do you feel about the Pacers? You still think they're going to be legit next year?
Yeah, because, again, any of these top 5 picks that they get, well, I guess they won't get it anymore. The problem with the Pacers this year is that they tried to be good, and then they realized really quickly that they weren't. So when they went to go tank, honestly, I like the decision and what he did. Scared money doesn't make any money, straight up. And it should have been a top 4 protected pick. If we being real, they had one of the worst records in the league. And it was a calculated risk. It didn't work out. I know he's getting a lot of flack, and he came out and apologized for it, which honestly I respect him for doing. But if I was in his shoes, I would have done the same damn thing. The same damn thing, bro, without question.
Yeah, 100% right. Zubac is not a bust. Any of these players in the lottery can be a bust. So it's a calculated risk. Well, do I believe the Pacers will be next level? I don't know. But hey, we'll see if Tyler Halliburton has that Steph effect. Remember when Steph went out and came back? We'll see if he has that effect. All right, so who will be the best player in the draft in the next 5 years, though?
Brian, Darren Peterson. He's just a hooper. He's a bum and a thug in college, but he a hooper. He gets buckets, man. And a professional bucket getter who has staying power in the league, man. I don't know about this Boozer kid. I don't know about DeBanza, but I like Peterson.
Yeah, I'm an Ohio guy, so I've been knowing about Peterson. Listen, he dropped 20 and a half and subbed himself out. Ain't no better player than that. Ain't no better player than that. He walked into college his freshman year and said, this shit too easy. If you watch this man's offensive game, it's so polished. Like, he got a lot of Kawhi Leonard in him, and it's kind of scary because it's kind of automatic when he shoots. It's not hyper athletic, which he can be, like AJ Devon said. It's just a polished offensive game, move, shot. He's going to come in right away and get buckets. So I'm with you there next 5 years. If he doesn't, if he doesn't suffer from any injuries, he's going to be the best player for sure. Now, which lottery team can go from worst to first, though? And you cannot do the pretty obvious picks right now, which is the Wizards or the Pacers.
Depending on who they get, I'm going to say the Chicago Bulls. I'm going to say the Chicago Bulls, man.
I like it. I'm effing with it. I like it.
If you just take a look at their division, obviously Detroit has staying power. We don't know what's going to happen in Milwaukee. Indiana's a question mark. And then there's one more team out there. I can't remember for the life of me. But yeah, Chicago just makes the most sense. They've always been kind of sitting in that 8, 9, 10 region for the longest time. Now they have a top 4 pick, which could be Peterson, who would fit right in with them. I think, Chicago makes the most sense.
Yeah. Chicago showed a lot of flashes earlier this season, but I have to go with Utah. I've been talking about it, but honestly, their team was already poised to go from worst to first without the lottery pick. That trade for Jaren Jackson Jr. solidified their backup plan for Walker Kessler, and if they keep Walker Kessler, they're gonna have a 7'2" guy, another 7-foot guy in JJ, Lauri Markkanen, who basically 7 foot at the 3, Ace Bailey, who's 6'9", 6'10" at the 2, and Keontae George, who's 6'5", 6'6" at the 1. That lineup alone is going to cause problems from a defensive standpoint. We're not even talking about offensive production. That is going to be lethal and a problem. And it's looking like in the West, you're going to have size to compete. You're going to have length. My God, just pause all over. But you get what I'm saying. Utah, worst to first. Worst to first.
No girth?
No, I'm leaving the girth. I'm gonna leave that to Skip, man. I'm gonna let Skip had a girth.
Oh my goodness. Final takes, Brian, real quick. Who's the better athlete in Atlanta? Ooh, Angel Reese or Tony Bradley?
Angel Reese.
Easily,
all day. She just got here too. Number 1 pick. The biggest star in Atlanta right now is Angel Reese.
Angel Reese.
Yeah, I heard you got season tickets, my guy.
It's not for Angel, though. It's for my girl, Panavi Nua. I can't say her last name, but Panavi Nua. She was my girl. Ooh-wee!
Man, you'll be able to learn it better when you get to the games.
Yeah. I'm going to get that joint down pat. And we're going to change it anyway. We're going to change it to my last name. So,
well, folks, thank y'all for tuning in for another week of Soapbox Sports. We always appreciate y'all ear. Please, if you can, like, comment, subscribe. And if you're ready, step up to the soapbox if you can. We love to chat with y'all and converse more about sports. We out, Cavs and 6.